There's no way, right? 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 Oh my god. It actually happened. It's actually coming. After 5 years of waiting. Yeah. I genuinely never thought we were going to get this news. But here we are. 2022 has just started. Lost Ark literally launched yesterday. Elden Ring is coming. Guild Wars 2 is getting its first major expansion in years. And the confirmation that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is coming in September this year. Here, literally, just take my money. Seriously, all of it. Oh, that isn't enough? You want my credit card information too? Because I got that. It's right here and readily available. Although, you know, admittedly, now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't. Hey, my name is STIX and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, then you should know that I am a massive fan of JRPGs, and more specifically, the Xeno series. Xenogears, Xenosaga, Xenoblade Chronicles. If you are too, or you're a fan of JRPGs or MMOs, I urge you to go on down, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. That way you can remain up to date with games like this in the future. Today, we're gonna be taking a look at and discussing Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which was just revealed. They have a trailer, they have some information, and a release date, a confirmed release date already, which has me, well, if I were to say I was excited, it would be quite the understatement. But before we go over what they revealed, let's take a moment here to take a look at their trailer, because realistically, that's what's most important. The character models look really good.
Fighting in order to live, and living to fight. That's the way of our world. Ionia.
Is that a Mechon?
Tell me, what would possess you to side with them?
We're fighting because there are enemies to kill.
These characters are very reminiscent of Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. The character models, the
Fine for you, isn't it? All that time you've got.
You could try to move forwards again.
How can our lives be so snuffing little do you?
Interesting there. So these must be the various different characters you...
Sword march.
Man.
Land pierced by a great sword.
That looks like the Makana's sword.
It's the only way you're gonna defeat the real enemy.
You actually get a boat? That's sick. It's gonna open up a... Holy crap, the character models look so good. Oh, you know she's gonna... You know they are gonna look incredible when they remove their masks, right? So there's the Makana's sword. Man, how can anyone contain their excitement when they see this trailer? Seriously. September 2022, mark your calendars. Now, as is evident from the trailer, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 shares a lot of similarities with the original Xenoblade game featuring Shulk. The world feels familiar, the graphical style feels familiar. Tetsuya Takahashi, the executive director, confirmed that Xenoblade 3 is going to bring together the worlds of both Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2, taking players into the future. We found out in Xenoblade 2 how the game was connected to Xenoblade 1, so it's interesting to see where they're going to take the story this time. The world feels familiar because what we saw in the trailer was actually the broken sword from the Makanas, and there was a wounded Urian Titan as well. Takahashi stated, "I imagine everyone who saw the trailer was quite surprised by the final scene. What is this visual hinting at? I can't reveal that just yet. What I can tell you is that this visual was conceived quite some time ago. More precisely speaking, we came up with it sometime between the end of development of Xenoblade Chronicles and the beginning of development of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So it's not something that we recently added to the series. This means that they have been actively working on the story for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 ever since the conclusion of development of Xenoblade Chronicles 1. It must be really cool seeing everything just kind of come together like this. And while the third game in the franchise is supposed to act as like a bridge between the two previous entries, you're supposed to be completely capable of enjoying this as a standalone game, even had you missed everything released prior. The game features a massive open world, just like Xenoblade 1 and 2. We saw players swimming alongside enormous monsters. We saw a boat. There were a lot of cutscenes. There were plenty of characters, plenty of races, areas. What we did not see, however, was the combat though. I was personally a big fan of Xenoblade Chronicles 1's combat. I know MRSSTIX was also a fan of Xenoblade Chronicles 1. It seemed more interactive and intuitive. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, on the other hand, seemed much more automatic than Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Now, don't get me wrong, the combat in 2 wasn't bad, it just wasn't very good. 1, however, had a fantastic combat system. I'm hoping that we get to see an enhanced version of Xenoblade 1's combat system, or an entirely overhauled action combat system. That would be epic. Now, there will be a grand total of 6 characters. Noah and Mio are going to be the 2 protagonists here, and finally, this game will be releasing in September 2022 on the Switch, and man, I cannot begin to contain my excitement. I loved every Xeno game that I have played. MRSSTIX was actually introduced to the Xeno series through Xenoblade Chronicles, and when she actually saw the announcement for this trailer, she had to stop me midstream and let me know that this was happening, that this was confirmed. Yeah, you can guarantee that the 2 of us together are going to be playing this day 1. We're probably going to opt to not stream at all that week so we can just no life the game without stopping. What about you? You know what else we're going to no life though? This game right here. This is going to be one of the biggest games of 2022. And you know what else is going to be a big hit of 2022? This game right here. Yeah, it's going to be pretty massive as well. Hopefully you at least like one of them.